Breaking news in the Bronx. This is Bronx Fan Central.
The silence that took over Yankee Stadium when Aaron Judge walked off the field limping still hurts. And now, with the trade deadline knocking on the door, a new name has emerged that could completely change the Yankees' offense. You guys know I don't waste my time on lukewarm stories. I like the kind of news that changes the game. And what's making waves right now involves the trade deadline, the Yankees lineup without the captain, and an outfielder playing the best baseball of his career. Today, I'm going to break down the facts, give you my opinion, and explain why this player could be much more important than he appears at first glance. Stay until the end, because the question I'm about to ask is a serious one. A report published this Friday has placed J.J. Bleday on the Yankees' radar as a potential trade target while Aaron Judge remains sidelined with an injury. Bleday, 22 years old, currently plays for the Cincinnati Reds and is enjoying the best stretch of his professional career after being called up from Triple-A at the end of last season. The left-handed outfielder is hitting .270 with a .363 on-base percentage and a .568 slugging percentage this season, along with an outstanding 150 weighted runs created plus. For now, this remains nothing more than a rumor. Nothing has been finalized, and no trade negotiations have been officially reported. My first reaction was simple. Finally, a name that actually makes sense for this trade deadline. I don't buy every rumor that pops up this time of year, but this one has real baseball logic behind it. The offense loses far too much without Judge and Aaron Boone's lineup, and relying on Max Schumann to fill that hole feels like a recipe for disaster. Bleday isn't a superstar, but he's swinging the bat better than anyone expected. Would you trust him to hold down that spot while the captain works his way back? The reasoning behind Bleday's name is pretty straightforward. When Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton return from injury, Bleday would most likely move into a reserve role, but in an emergency situation he would still be a much stronger option than Max Schumann in the outfield. That need became even more obvious after Trent Grisham was injured while making a defensive play against the Toronto Blue Jays. At that moment, having someone like Bleday available would have made a real difference for the Yankees' outfield depth. The left-handed outfielder has only one minor league option remaining and will not become a free agent until 2029, giving the Yankees a longer and more flexible window if they decide to make a move. Bleday's numbers tell the story of a player who has genuinely improved. For his career, he owns a .221 batting average, a .313 on-base percentage, and a .412 slugging percentage, along with a 104 weighted runs created plus. Last season with the Athletics, he ranked in the 29th percentile in average exit velocity, the 39th percentile in squared-up contact rate, and the 29th percentile in hard hit rate. This season, those numbers have exploded. His average exit velocity has climbed into the 60th percentile, his solid contact rate has reached the 80th percentile, and his hard hit rate now sits in the 78th percentile. His bat speed has also increased dramatically, rising from 71.7 miles per hour to 74.1 miles per hour. There's another detail that very few people are talking about. Bleday was designated for assignment by the Athletics before this breakout ever happened. The organization that originally developed him gave up on him, and now his strong performance has significantly increased his market value, making any potential trade much more expensive. There's also another factor to consider. The Yankees already have top prospects, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones, waiting for regular opportunities in the outfield. Trading for Bleday could slow the development of both young players. At this point, nothing has been finalized, no official offer has been reported, and the trade market is only beginning to heat up. This is where I give you my opinion, Bronx Nation. I've seen this movie before. The team loses a key player, the front office waits too long, and by the time they finally react, it's already too late to make a real impact in the playoff race. Remember 2023. We waited for reinforcements all season long, and everyone knows how that story ended. Bleday doesn't solve every problem, but he immediately solves one very important issue: outfield depth during a season in which the team has already overworked its bullpen in games that never should have required it. If Brian Cashman decides to hold back just to protect prospects, I believe that decision could become a massive problem 1 month from now, when the Yankees may have fallen even further behind in the wild card race. Now think about the possible scenarios with me. If Judge returns quickly, Bleday probably disappears from the conversation, and the Yankees continue with their original plan of developing their prospects. But if the injury lasts longer than expected, every single game without quality outfield depth becomes more important in the standings. And there's one more thing. If another team acquires Bleday first, Bronx Nation will spend the rest of the season asking why the Yankees never made a move. So what would you rather see? John Blandizel. Should the team take the risk now or save every prospect for next season? At the end of the day, you're the one who feels every inning when this team is fighting for a playoff spot. Leave your opinion in the comments and tell me whether you would make this trade. Jack Dathan, Bezing Mazak. And if you'd like to support the channel, the buy me afford you the Blawford for Tommen. The ruling abos and the Orandistiga lo more ability lo how. Bronx Nation, I'll see you in the next breaking update.